This is Knights Sports Network. This is Knights Sports Network.
All I can say is I told you. Jury had to back down the bar. You should have never doubted me. I'ma work to my last breath. I'ma hustle to my last breath. Yeah, you should have never doubted. The pain and the struggle followed me, but that didn't happen, that bothered me. And these cold streets made a man of me. One time it'll come, they doubt me. Got to keep them OGs around me. Keep a young, homie grounded. You never know where your motivation will come from. We do the most with these bras and pop shotgun. They try to push you aside, you gotta find some. I had a line on the thigh, and now we back us. I want that number with spot, I'm like icon. I got that beast in my eyes, I'm like Tyson. With my heart and my drive, I know I'm righteous. Keep some ice on me, rocky like bamboo. Once you win, you go on more. Set a tree, need an encore. I was down on my last when I found myself. I be a fighter to the end, to my last round. I got angels all around me, yeah. I got love all around me, yeah. I'll be a fighter to the end, to my last breath. I'ma hustle to my last breath. I got angels all around me, yeah. I got love all around me, yeah. I'll be a fighter to the end, to my last breath. I'ma hustle to my last breath. I came from the water waters. Every day in my gang got in drug. You around, you must spawn a gang war. I got a old girl in the transport. Stepping is a habit, I got sand on me. I'm hotter than the flame, fan on me. Just be ripping them and
Check mic. Okay, I can hear you myself.
This is Knights Sports Network.
Hey, welcome everybody to another Knights Sports Network broadcast of Clearwater Academy Knights. And I'm Jeff Feldman, and got Argy Radani here.
How's it going? Good evening, everyone.
And we're broadcasting to you from Perry, Florida. And Perry is about 3.5 hours north of the Tampa Bay area. So, Argy, kind of nervous about tonight's game.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're expecting to go up against, a pretty strong team in the Taylor County Bulldogs. So we'll see if the Knights can come out and in the toughest test so far this season.
Really the biggest test.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
Biggest test so far. And yeah, we'll see if they can come out. It's a bit wet, so maybe we'll see how the game plan maybe shapes out with the rain. But I think we have a shot for sure.
Fantastic. Taylor County was a playoff team last year.
Yeah, Division 3A conference in the FHSAA. So definitely a good squad for sure.
But we've never played them before.
Yeah, I don't recall.
That's right.
Yeah.
So what can you tell us about the Taylor County Bulldogs? They are Taylor County Bulldogs. What can you tell us about them?
Yeah, so starting offensively at the quarterback position, we're looking at DeCorian Bellamy. Played running back last year. So he's, right away when a former running back is now playing quarterback for you, they're looking to run the ball, especially with him, a lot of QB keepers, etc. So he's definitely going to be involved in the offense with his legs for sure. And then, last week he had a pretty big game, averaged 6 yards a carry about.
It was 120 yards.
Yeah, 120 yards on 19, so that's basically every 2 plays he was getting a first down. And then as well, they have a big wide receiver, 6'4" kid, and Damari Stevens, number 3. So let's see if they can get in the ball, some open field, one-on-one coverage, etc.
I think they're known for wide receiver screens, a staple of the offense.
Yeah, I mean, and that makes sense if they're a run-oriented football team. So yep.
And like the Knights, they do a lot of onside kicks.
Yeah, I mean, I think that is something starting to catch on. Not just it's become more of a trend, I would say, because it's a lot easier to have a chance to get the ball than rather, maybe lose 10 yards in field position. So yeah. Right,
and the Bulldogs have a really lights out, stingy defense.
Yeah. So they, like us, they play a very similar style on defense, 4-2-5, so basically 4 linemen, 2 linebackers, and 5 defensive backs. Those 5 defensive backs, the safeties especially, they can come in and play in the box and play more of a traditional linebacker type of role. And yeah, I mean, they don't let up points, hard hitting. So we'll see if the Knights can move the ball against them.
All right, they shut out a really good Bradford High School last week.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, then they're definitely getting after it.
And not only that, this season their opponents only penetrated their red zone 1 time. Just
Wow.
1 time into the red zone. The red zone, folks, means inside the 20-yard line of your opponent. 1 time all year.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely very, very impressive on their part. So their defense is going to come in here tonight and look hungry. I'm sure they want to stop at every play. So we'll see if they can get it done.
How about your scouting report on the defense?
On the
Bulldogs, defense?
Yeah. So their number 5 from them is Kavon Thomas. He's a big kid. Comparable to our own Curvins. Yeah, he's a big, strong kid. I believe he might be their leading tackler.
14 tackles last week.
Yeah,
that's right.
So 14 tackles. He had a big game last week. So yeah, we'll see if he can stop Ludovic in those little running lanes. I'm sure those two will go at it tonight.
And who else can we expect to see on defense from the Bulldogs?
I mean, there's the linebacking core. In general, they have another kid, number 26, Cade Johnson, actually a competitive weightlifter, and plays fourth.
Like Ludovic Choquette, right?
Yep. So I think he got fourth place in the state last year. And then on the back end, on their secondary, they have very, very athletic guys. Number 4, Devontae Glover. He's definitely one of the more athletic players on the team, and as well as Caleb Duffel. Big time D tackle, so they're definitely loaded on the defensive side.
All right,
like
we'll look out for that. Now the Knights come off a huge victory last week against IRCS. The score was 60-0. Luca Stanzani passed for 330 yards and 5 touchdowns. Yep. He was 17 for 18.
Yeah, I mean, I think the 17 for 18, maybe that one.
That was wrong. That 18th catch was a catch.
Yeah, 100%.
That was a missed call by the refs.
But we'll take it. I mean, that's upwards of 99% there. So
right,
great game.
How about Jared Wayne?
I mean, first game of the year for him. 4 catches. I think he had 150 yards, 2 touchdowns. I mean, the first time he caught a ball playing full-time receiver, he took it to the house. So I hope we see more of that tonight out of him.
All right, and Jaden Mortley was so exciting last week. 6 catches, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. Yep. Ludovic Choquette had 2 touchdowns.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, though Ludovic showed a good bit of that in the first game we played, but Jaden kind of popped out of nowhere. I remember mentioning last week that I was calling his number a lot. I'm like, oh, this guy's getting the ball. He was very involved in the 10 to 20 yard range of the offense. Was able to miss break a few tackles and scamper to a couple touchdowns. So I'm excited to see what he can do tonight as well.
All right. Well, not only have the Knights not allowed a point this year, but they're going to go one better than the Bulldogs. They have not actually not allowed one penalty. The Bulldogs allowed one time. The Knights have not allowed their opponent into the red zone all year long.
Yeah, and I mean definitely facing some competition not up to the standards so far. So I think tonight we'll see. Both teams really play probably their first challenging game, hopefully, this season.
This should be a tester. Game
for
balls
sure.
last week went to Luca. Dimitri and Jaden also got a game ball, deservedly so.
Yeah, deservedly. I could 100% agree with that, for sure.
There is also this week, I don't know if our viewers read the article, but there was amazing coverage by 247. Those not familiar with 247, it's a company owned by CBS, and it's the top source for analyzing and ranking high school football players in the United States.
Yeah. If you guys haven't, seen the article, I'm sure it's floating around, the Knights' social media, etc. Definitely check it out. It has some cool insight on some of the players on our team. Just like Jared,Cio, Curvins, Demi, Lamine, Juwan, Javon, Elijah, and Luca. So like they really got kind of detailed looks.
Did you say CEO also?
Yeah, CEO as
CO,
well.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
And
he's our biggest.
Yeah, I mean,
probably.
colleges rely very much on the 247 data for analyzing and ranking football players. And 247 actually attended one of our practices. And what glowing reports, if you can, do get a hold of a copy of that and read it. Now, there was a lot of rain last week in Clearwater. Some of the practices got canceled. What do you think?
I mean, I think it definitely is annoying. I would say for the coaching staff, trying to get their game plan in, getting prepared for the game. But at the end of the day, it is Florida. It rains a ton, so I think it's just one of those things. Is try to do as much as you can when you have the time to. But I think, depending on how they come out tonight, we'll see if they're still a bit rusty or not.
All right. And what do you see as the keys to the game? Let's start with Taylor County.
Yeah, so like I mentioned earlier, the quarterback number 1, Bellamy, he's definitely going to be run-oriented. He's not a guy who's going to beat you, picking you apart per se. So he will generally be running, trying to hit quick screens, get the ball out to the receivers. And then from the Knights' perspective, they want to shut down some of the explosive plays that we generate. I think last week we had 2 or 3 touchdowns over 40 yards. So we'll see if they can limit those on defense. This should be hopefully a good, tough-fought game on both ends, and we'll see who can get it done.
All right. Well, then, likewise, I would imagine then the Knights' success is very much going to depend upon shutting down the Bellamy, that's the quarterback number 1, his ability to run and exploiting the Bulldogs' offensive line. Yeah,
I mean, I think if we have distinct advantage, I think it'd be up front. We have 6 guys who could play who could play on and dominate the line of scrimmage on defense. So yeah, we'll see if they can expose some matchups tonight.
Right, folks, we're going to just break for one moment. The national anthem is coming up. We'll continue with the pregame in a moment.
Will, march. Colors, ho. Raise then the colors.
All right, we're back with you. Argy, I believe we were cutting you off,
Yeah.
and I believe we were cutting you off, and you were telling us the keys to the game for the Knights.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so like I was mentioning, you know, the 6 guys we rotate on the defensive line, they definitely have an ability to cause a lot of havoc in the middle of the field. So we'll see if they can get it done against the Bulldogs offensive line tonight. And then, you know, another key to the Knights game plan is on offense, starting fast. Definitely want to get, you know, up into the game quickly. You know, try to score early, score quick, and then playing good defense on the back end. So we'll see if they can come out and execute tonight.
I see that the Knights are playing in white tonight for the first time.
Yep, I'm sure the players are excited. That's always a player favorite, all white uniforms. So they definitely look good. And you know, like the old adage, look good, feel good, play good. So we'll see if they can come out and do it tonight.
All right, great. Right now, I'd like to just acknowledge a sponsor of the Clearwater Academy Knights. And that is Robert Safale. And
Coach Bob.
Coach Bob. So Robert Safale is not only a coach of the, is not only a sponsor of the Knights, but he's a coach too. As you can see on the screen, he runs a cryptocurrency company, and if you're interested in that, please feel free to contact him at digitalfrontiernews.com. All right, as you can see, the Taylor County Bulldogs are taking the field. And we'll be back with you soon.